Hello, I am so excited about this topic and about talking to you about Black History Month. It is something that we look forward to every year. Our family doesn't just celebrate culture and ethnicity and difference and all of these things just once a month. We think through Black history in particular, but all sorts of history all throughout the year. But we do enjoy this concentrated time of intentional learning. And if you have followed me at all and read any of my stuff, you know that one of the things that I try to do is kind of change the narrative a little and do a lot more celebrating and enjoying and delighting in our history and our differences. And so I'm going to be looking down just a minute because I don't want to miss anything. I want you to know all that we're doing, but that is just one of we're very intentional. We take a very intentional approach to all of life, but to Black History Month in particular. So last year we cooked through this cookbook called Jubilee, and it was incredible. We have some favorite dishes that I will be cooking for the rest of my life because my kids loved them so much, and my husband did as well. And I did, obviously. And then we also, each week, we focused on an artist, inventor, historian, musician, or someone who was related to the region where I cooked from. So it was fabulous. I remember we had a New Orleans night, for example. And so we learned about music and culture, and it was just a blast. And so that is what we did last year. But this year, we're going to do something a little different. Last year, we focused on history, and I did a lot of studying and reading, and those things are important, and I suggest everyone do it. This year, instead of just us digging in and reading books and learning, we're going to actually experience culture. So it's going to be a little different. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do each week. Last year, I just kind of told you as it was happening. This year, I'm telling you ahead of time because I said, hey, does anyone want to join me? Now, how are you going to actually join me? Well, this will be you doing your research for your own town, or you can research a town near you. It may not be your own town. Or of course, you can research Nashville, where I am from. Well, I'm not from Nashville, where we currently live. And so, week one, how are we going to experience Black history? Week one, we are going to trace the steps of the Nashville sit-ins through a self-guided tour that our city provides. And so, we're going to be listening to something and walking through as masked and safely through our town and experiencing these sit-ins and where people would have been. Week two, we are going to be visiting our new African American Music Museum here in Music City. So there is a new museum that's opening up, and we have tickets already, and we're really excited to go and visit that museum. Week three, we are going to learn some Negro spirituals led by my friend and worship leader, Tammy Bullock, and we're going to do it via Zoom. We're going to sing together. It's going to be an absolute blast. Week four, we are going to make our way to a famous locally Black-owned business, and it will likely be Prince's Chicken, which we went to maybe 8 years ago now, but we haven't been back. And so we might go there. We're researching and still deciding which restaurant to grab some food from. But that's how we're going to be experiencing. And so, and we're not stopping there. Don't you think I'm not going to cook? Of course I'm going to cook. So what am I going to cook this year? Well, instead of focusing on African American history or Black American history, I thought, how fun would it be if we took this a little step further and took it to the continent? And so I am cooking through In Bibis Kitchen, and the subtitle is, and I'm going to have to look because it's a long subtitle. So, In Bibis Kitchen, the recipes and stories of grandmothers from the 8 African countries that touch the Indian Ocean. I mean, how fun is that? So I'm just really excited to cook through this cookbook. So each week we will also be doing that and learning about their stories and just reading through the cookbook and cooking through the cookbook and enjoying cuisine from 8 countries in Africa. So that is what we are doing for Black History Month. I'd love to hear what you are doing. If you want to join me, hopefully I hope to put some links and other things down there so that you can see how to, but each week you can just look. You can look and see what we're doing and do your own thing in your own home. Look up your own city and see what things they have available to you so you can experience Black history as well. If it's hard for you to experience the way we're going to be able to actively do this, I would encourage you to do what we did last year. Open, study history, culture, people, inventors. There's lots of things you can do. So I hope it's a wonderful February, and I look forward to sharing more soon. Thanks.